everybody, it's Harvard Lawyer Lee coming to you from vacation because the Depp v. Heard trial is just way too interesting to miss. So today I want to talk about the big news, which is that Amber Heard is about to start her case. For 3 weeks now, a little bit over, we've been hearing from Johnny's side. What is going to happen? What should you expect now that we're into Amber's case? And what I want to talk about is, first, what we've seen, and then how I expect her to counter it. So far, we've seen Johnny talk about the fact witnesses who showed his theme of the case, which is that Amber was the aggressor. He always walked away. He didn't hit her back. He made the statement, "I have never hit a woman in my life." That's the theme of his case. He also talked about his damages, which he said were $40 million. Now we're going to turn to Amber Heard, and she's going to be countering that. I had several questions in the comments in my previous videos asking, well, what about, what's going to happen in her case? And one woman specifically told me she had been following the UK case, and there was a big shift when Johnny's case ended and the son's case began. The son sort of had Amber's posture. It was a different case, but then things seemed to change. And that's very common. I had a mentor who told me, if you aren't winning by the end of your case, you really are not going to win. So you would expect Johnny to be doing well. But we are now about to hear from Amber. Are things going to change? Here's what I think you can expect to hear in the next 2 weeks as she puts on her trial. I wrote down a few thoughts so I'd be sure to remember what I had to say. The first thing that I think we're going to hear from her is that we're going to hear a different version of the facts. We're going to hear witnesses who counter the idea that she was the aggressor and that Johnny got hit, spit on, and abused, like, for example, Travis McGivern said. In fact, I expect Whitney Heard to come. Whitney Heard was the other third party who was present when Travis McGivern says he saw, and Travis McGivern's the bodyguard for Johnny Depp, he said he saw Amber Heard not only throw things and hit Johnny with a Red Bull can and then throw a purse at him, he also saw her spit on Johnny Depp, and then he saw her punch him. So Amber's team really must counter that sort of testimony. And I think they're going to do it not only with Amber, but also with Whitney Heard, who also was present. Amber's team in the opening statement said that what she was going to say was that the hit was simply to protect her sister, whom she thought Johnny was about to push down the stairs. So I would expect Whitney to come and say something along those lines, along with Amber. Then we also are going to hear from them, I think, on the issue of damages. Obviously, Amber's team is very worried about damages. I say that because of what I saw, like from a lawyer's perspective, is nearly hysterical cross of Paul Wiggum. Paul Wiggum was Johnny's agent, and Paul had testimony that had to do with the fact that he says he had negotiated a deal for Johnny for $20.5 million to film Pirate 6. The objections from Amber's team were really over the top. Tons of objections. Every question really trying to break the flow and prevent the testimony. That says to me that they're worried. They're very concerned about what's about to happen. So I expect some evidence, testimony from people saying Johnny was going to lose this business anyway because of other things, his behavior at Disney. Disney was concerned about working with him. Things like that, so that they'll be arguing that the damages weren't their fault. They'll also point to the other newspaper article, the Sun article, and to the 2016 divorce case and the filing for a protective order, and they'll say that's what causes damages, not this op-ed piece. That was small potatoes. That's what they'll be arguing. And then the third thing I would expect is for them to put the blame on the Washington Post for that title. That title that said in the op-ed piece that said someone, that Amber was a victim of sexual violence. That's really different from the other things she had said, and I've said all along, I think that's the key to this case. So does Amber's team. If you just listen to the motion for directed verdict, they argued about that. The judge has not ruled on it yet. She held off until Amber presents her testimony. I think where Johnny's team is going to go with this is they're going to say maybe Amber did not write the title. There's been some testimony from the ACLU. They don't know who wrote it, but they didn't, so they assumed the Washington Post wrote it, not Amber. Thus, I think what's going to happen next is that Amber's team is going to try to present evidence she had nothing to do with that title, and now Johnny's team is going to say, yeah, but you accepted that title, you retweeted that out, you claimed it as your own, so you are responsible. The last thing I'm going to say is, this isn't an all or nothing proposition. It isn't like we've only heard from Johnny and we're about to hear from Amber and now it's going to be completely different. Remember, Amber has been cross-examining every one of Johnny Depp's witnesses. So now what we're seeing is a continuation of what we've already seen. It isn't like she hasn't been present. So I don't expect a complete change. I do expect there to be changes, but I don't expect it to be complete. So that's it. Please like and subscribe, because this is a critical part of the trial and you are going to want to hear all of the information about what's happening. You don't want to miss a minute. So subscribe and I'll see you in the next video.